early on, one of the major things that was a Knick problem was the perimeter shooting of the Dallas Mavericks. They were red hot.
Yeah, the Dallas Mavericks came out with a purpose coming off the loss last night, Al, against Oklahoma City. And, obviously they had revenge on their mind against the Knicks, who the Knicks beat them here in Madison Square Garden. But for the Dallas Mavericks, it's all about knocking down the three early on. Open looks by Vince Carter. Jason Kidd stepping back, you see going underneath the screen, and hey, these are older guys, but they still know how to play, at times. And certainly Dallas took advantage of it. Jason Terry and Jason Kidd and Beaubois came in and did a nice job for them off the bench. So the Dallas three-point shooting early on really opened up the floor for the Dallas Mavericks in that first quarter.
Meanwhile, in the second quarter, the Knicks were able to shave the lead down to from 17 to 6 at halftime. And Amari Stoudemire was definitely one of the bright spots of the first half. He had 12 points, and we saw some elevation from Amari Stoudemire, too.
Yeah, it was nice to see Amari come back, to where fans are used to seeing him play. His teammates are used to seeing him play. Getting a little bit more aggressive. Al, we're seeing a little bit of lift at times from Amari, and that's important because we know how good he can be. When he starts attacking the rim and starts making plays underneath and being physical and going after it, making buckets, getting fouls, that's a huge effort.
This could be maybe the most positive thing to come out of this game is that Amari started to show his game. He started to get out of it, get that pop back in his legs, attacking the rim with some ferocity that we remember we saw from last year, and perhaps he can build off this now. If there's something to build off in this game, maybe it is that Amari is starting to find his game.
Yeah, can he do it for long stretches? That's the big deal.
Yeah.
So, halftime, Knicks down 6. Dirk Nowitzki, grouchy. Very quiet in the first half. In the third quarter, he took care of things.
Yeah, not surprising. I mean, I could have told you, and I'm surprised everybody in the building and on the Knicks knew this as well. Dirk Nowitzki had 4 points in the first half. I think he was 1 of 8 shooting. Hello, where do you think they're going to go to start the third quarter? They're going to go to Dirk, and they're going to go to Dirk. And if that doesn't work, they're going to go to Dirk again. And Dirk Nowitzki came through 13 points in that third quarter. He got going because he's the head of the monster. Right. If they get him going and get his confidence going, everybody else will feed off of that.
Doesn't that also it emphasizes Carmelo's game tonight? The fact that they could not go to Carmelo when they needed baskets, like the Mavericks went to Dirk. I mean, that's basically what the matchup was, your star versus their star. And the fact that you couldn't get Carmelo going, I think, was a big part of this game because Dirk got it going, but the Knicks couldn't find their star to get it going.
They couldn't get consistent scoring, and your best scorer, has to give you something. He didn't have it tonight.
Right.
Knicks down 19. Steve Novak got hot, hit a few threes, and they got to within 8 or 9, and then they had a bunch of possessions where they did not score. But then suddenly, the Dallas Mavericks were defended into some bad sleep patterns. They didn't score for 7.5 minutes in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks didn't take full advantage of it because I think they could have had a big lead instead of just getting to within 1 and then taking the lead.
Yeah, they certainly could have. I mean, it starts with Baron Davis, gets a little runner somehow, a kind roll to get him within 1. And this is part of a 15-0 run. That's Amari Stoudemire, a nice jump hook that gives the Knicks the lead. Well, that was how long it lasted.
Ach du Lieber.
After that point, it was back to Dirk Nowitzki. Hits a nice little one-legged fadeaway that we've seen so many times. And then a big bucket out. We were talking about it. Jason Kidd, they go underneath the screen. He's got all day, lines it up, knocks it down.
Right.
And then just to add insult to injury, Dirk Nowitzki takes a look at the shot clock once again, sees how much time, sizes up the defense, 1-on-1 against Amari, gets away with a walk, and makes the bucket as well.
He took that.
It's a European move.
He walked all the way to Fort Worth to take that shot.
The European League. I've been over there. Run by it.
I've talked enough about referees this season. I can't get it. Another game with the officiating.
Can you tell us the 3 guys' names that refereed the game? Because I'm not sure.
Bill Spooner was one of them.
Okay,
the other 2, I don't even want to get into it. But Bill Spooner is generally a pretty good.
Weren't you saying Bull from Night Court?
Well, one guy did look like Bull from Night Court. But just seriously now, when Mike D'Antoni gets his second tech of the season after not getting a tech for 4 years as a Knicks head coach, Tyson Chandler gets his 10th. He's got to be very careful there. J.R. Smith gets a tech. Dirk gets a tech. I mean, come on. After a while, this is an officiating problem, but I'm going to stop there.
Let's put it in a nutshell. It was a bad game, was not well played, and not well refereed.